Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Secret Base figure preview video. Before we get started, I want to say a massive thank you to Ryan Kirkwood for going out in person to Secret Base to snap these awesome high-res pictures. Seriously, show Ryan some love in the comments below. Without him, this series literally would not be possible. Now, if you're looking to pre-order your very own copy of Hot Toys Joker from The Killing Joke, I've popped a link to Pop Collectibles in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. When you're pre-ordering Hot Toys from Pop, you can either pay the full amount right up front, or leave a deposit and fix up the balance when the piece releases. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, so you're notified as soon as brand new DC content goes live. Holy shit, was this a surprise announcement? I never saw this coming. Like, not in my wildest dreams did I ever think we would be getting a Hot Toys Killing Joke Joker. I've done live streams in the past where I've said that they need to dip into DC Comics. Like, we need a Hush Batman. We need a Hush Superman. They're already making Dark Knight Returns Batman. That was their entry point into making DC Comics figures. Now Killing Joke Joker. It doesn't really get much more iconic for Joker in the comics than the cover that this figure is based off. And they give us a second head sculpt that references different art in the book. Anyway, I'm so excited for this. It isn't perfect, but it is a huge step in the right direction. When it comes to accessories, we get a bunch of brand new hand sculpts with the ends of the gloves looking like they've been rolled up. There's heaps of leather grain texture and wrinkling. They're beautifully well painted with a gradient effect over the sculpted seams. Then the rest of the stuff is the usual Joker fare. We get a switchblade. It will probably be functional. You'll be able to fold it down, but the prototype version on display here is made of plastic, and the blade is warping. Hence why I don't like plastic blades. There's time for them to make it out of die-cast, but I doubt that's going to happen. We get a Joker playing card and a revolver with the bang flag sticking out of it. The bang flag, by the way, is removable. You don't have to have it in there if you don't want to. Is the flag made of material or plastic? Not sure yet. Doesn't bother me either way. If it's sculpted plastic, at least it's always going to hang straight down. This revolver looks like it could be reuse. Maybe from the Back to the Future 3 figures, but I'm not 100% sure on that. The cane is simple as it too is made of plastic, hence why it too is warping. They need to insert a metal rod down the middle of it to keep it from doing that. Say you've got Joker in a pose leaning on the cane, it is very likely to warp if there's no support structure inside, so Hot Toys, just think about doing that, or just make the entire thing out of die-cast. That would be fantastic. This secondary head sculpt, the tongue is detachable. It inserts inside the mouth in between the teeth, it attaches with a magnet, it's got moving eyes, the hair looks crazy, the jaw is nice and sharp, but maybe too chiseled. I don't want to ruin this for you by me saying this, but it also might. Now is your time to tune out if you do not want to hear any criticism about this head sculpt or this piece. It's not the teeth, it's not the skin texture, it's not the colors. It's the fact that he's so chiseled. Was Joker a Chad in The Killing Joke? I don't think so. I've read it. I've watched the animated movie. He didn't look like a Giga Chad to me, but in 1/6 scale, the chin isn't pointy enough. Like, his features aren't sharp and exaggerated enough to look like Joker from the book for me. Doesn't ruin this piece. It still is Joker quite clearly, but it just looks slightly too big and muscular and bulky for a comic book style Joker, especially based off the artwork from The Killing Joke. The display base. Didn't take them long, did it, to reuse the James Bond base mold. I said in my Commando James Bond review that they would likely do that, and voila, here it is. They're using it for Killing Joke Joker. The nameplate is removable, so too is the comic book backdrop. I much prefer this base versus the Hono Studio one, so I don't really have any issue with them reusing this for Joker. And you can insert the comic book cover backdrop in the base, so it references the book that this piece is based off. It totally works for this. The color of Joker's outfit, it looks more muted in these in-person pics at Secret Base versus the preview pictures. But that also works versus the artwork. It's just the inner parts of the outfit, like the vest and the suit jacket. The long jacket, the trench coat on the outside, that is more saturated than the rest of the outfit elements, if that makes sense. I'm expecting wires, it looks like we've got wires, and those buttons. They're actual 3D sculpted things, they're not those little, those studs they used to give you spares of in the box whenever you got suited characters? They didn't look like buttons, these do, they look like the real deal. And Joker has some gold cufflinks on. You can see them on the ends of his cuffs for his black shirt. It's been a while since I've read Killing Joke, but maybe I need to go back and take a closer look at his cuffs. Because if Hot Toys are going to that length to give us gold cufflinks, then surely they're accurate. This pose, this is the pose for this piece. This is how I am going to pose him in the collection. Hat, the one eye open head sculpt, no tongue, but holding the camera up in front of his face just like the cover there. The only issue is, why can I see big, ugly, visible wrist pegs? Like, you could have done something to hide them, Hot Toys. Have the hands be integrated into the wrist peg in a way that when you have the angled hand on the forearm, it sits over the base of the forearm. Just for that set of hands only, then the rest of the hands, they're compatible with normal 1/6 scale wrist pegs. Do something, because you know full well that people are going to want to pose Killing Joker like the artwork that you include as a backdrop for the piece. They're just little things, flies in the ointment here. Once again, I am still over the moon that they are making this. We need so many more DC Comics figures in 1/6 scale. There is such a deep well. There's a wealth of pure art for them to pull from to give us figures. And this is a prime example of that. It's just that they've gone maybe 95% of the way there. These little things, they do add up. And I'm hoping that they make changes for this piece to get to 100%. Do something about the wrist pegs. Maybe narrow down the chin a little so it looks more artwork accurate. And die-cast switchblade plus the cane, it needs to be super sturdy. We cannot have it bending when Joker is being posed with it. But the outfit, the proportions, the tall, lanky body, the fact that he's got white skin tone for his forearms when the sleeves come down, all of that stuff is fantastic. I genuinely cannot wait to get this, and I'm so freaking excited to see what they give us next from DC Comics. Fingers crossed, it's Hush. That's what I'm waiting for. Hush Batman and Superman, maybe some other characters as well. If you're looking to pre-order this, I've popped a link to Pop Collectibles in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.